Me on the couch now is wedding travel specialist Anita Gatley. Anita, what are we talking about today?
Well, Nikki, today we're going to talk about something a bit different, than the normal reviews we do of hotels.
Right.
And this is a really important part of travel, and the company that I want to talk about is called Pacific Island Air.
Right.
So obviously air sounds like they're aeroplanes, they definitely are. They're a New Zealand based company called Garden City Helicopters, and they operate the Christchurch Air Ambulance. So they've been around a long time, well respected New Zealand company, and they bought Pacific Island Air and Seaplanes, but it all runs now under the same banner called Pacific Island Air.
Right.
And it's operated out of the airport in Nandi.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so they operate charter airplanes, seaplanes and helicopters. So what awesome way to get out and start your holiday than going straight from the airport, hopping on an aeroplane or a helicopter, and you're right out to your resort. So it gives you the flexibility of getting out to any of the islands within a matter of minutes, any time of the day and night, which means that sometimes the flights don't connect with the transfers going on the charter transfers. They can actually operate a helicopter or a seaplane, and the seaplanes are amphibious, so it means they can land on this land or the water.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is awesome to see if you've ever been on an island and you see these flights coming in and they land on the water. It's a great spectacle.
I've never been in a seaplane. I so want to do that.
Yeah, be awesome. I was up in Fiji a few months ago, and my husband and I got the chance to do a helicopter little scenic flight, and we'd been out to the islands and we'd done the cruise around on the Cat, but it was a very different experience and just magical. So you get to see all the beautiful blue atolls and the different colours of the water, and it's just something different. And if you've never been in a helicopter before, that's an amazing experience.
It is. I think it's for most people, it's on their bucket list to go
Absolutely,
in a helicopter.
absolutely. So it's a good way to get your transfer out to an island, but also, you know, obviously have a bit of sightseeing, flight seeing as well.
Fantastic.
And to get from Denarau out to the Mamanuca group, it's 10 minutes. So it's really quick. A little bit further out to the Yasawa Islands, so they fly out to the Mamanucas and the Yasawas quite a few times a day. They're either chartered or they're put on especially for the clients, and that's one thing that's really easy to organise. They also do scenic flights, private charters and adventure packages in association with different resorts. A lot of hen parties and stag do's are now starting to do that.
Nice.
So what a great way to take a few of your mates, and you can go out to different resorts that you possibly wouldn't get out to if you didn't have time to go. So if you've only got, you know, a short amount of time, hopping on a helicopter straight out there, enjoy your day, go snorkeling, fishing or whatever it is you want to do, and then you can be back. Brilliant. To enjoy the party with the rest of your friends. They've just also got a new facility that they do from the airport, and it's called the VIP facility, and it means that they actually pick you up. It costs about 100 Fiji dollars per person, but they pick you up from the airport. You're quickly, seamlessly gone through customs, and they whisk you out back to a helicopter, and then you're on your holiday. So really a really nice touch for something a bit different, and it's just something that Pacific Island Air have started operating, and they're getting lots and lots of groups that are doing it. They do group discounts if there's a large enough group, so that's the sort of thing that we can organise as well. One awesome thing that we saw when we were there is they have a couple of packages called Propose in Fiji on a Private Island. So you can, for around about $1,500 a couple, you can be picked up from either the airport or from a resort in Denarau, and you're taken out to, they've got a floating pontoon in Denarau at the marina there. They take you out on a little tender boat and they whisk you off, and when you're up in the air, they put in the sand, "Will you marry me?" And then obviously the bride just is amazed because she's not expecting that, she's just expecting to go for a little helicopter flight. They can land them at a resort, can have lunch there if that can all be arranged, or depending on if it's a picnic one or if it's a champagne one, it could be breakfast or it could be lunch. They'd organise food, wine, bottle of moe. They can have a bit of time to go snorkeling and swimming if they want, and then they'll take them back to Denarau that afternoon. So yeah, it's just a really unique product that's out there. Really reputable company. They do medevac, emergency evacuation, so you know that they're a good company that you'll be dealing with. Nikki, I think one thing to think too, or to remember, is that it's actually not that expensive. When you compare it to maybe going out to Waiheke, it's probably very comparable, and people might be actually surprised that the prices really aren't that expensive. So if people are interested, just let me know and we can definitely do a cost. One more thing to think about too is that most of the pilots are expat Kiwis, so it's quite nice to have a Kiwi to chat to on the way out. And they tell you where you're going, they give you a little commentary, they tell you exactly where you are in the air, and that's really nice when you have no idea. A really good company, Pacific Island Air, that I'd highly recommend.
Thank you, Anita.
No problem.